squeak. Morning, morning, morning. Ah. That was dumb. Oh, so dumb. Okay, peeps. So last night I got the stuff we were starting working. So now we have like the old style level generation. I made some temporary like puzzle pieces to populate with. Just experimenting with some sizes here, and then I think today is gonna be trying to make a few more let's call them like more refined versions of this. So like ramps would be stairs, but with like ramp colliders. Maybe we have like bent pieces. Maybe we'll have arches, stuff like that we can like use to replace the cubes. But generally, I felt like I kind of liked the look of something very basic. Like imagine, you can almost think of this as I see like a marble quarry. Like there's something abstract about it. And then we got, oh, what was that? Did I? No. The other part that I feel was pretty successful about this, mostly by accident, but compared to the handcrafted approach we did before, I think I'm just not that good at handcrafting. I'm like worse than random. But wherever I look here, there's something that breaks up the silhouette. Plus, every time I regenerate the level, I get a slightly different thing, and that is nice. So, yeah. I had this theory that I talked to Alfred about as well, which is like, with the handcrafted stuff, I feel like I'm playing sort of like I intended me to play, compared to here where I have to like improvise my movements. It feels like I am discovering, as the player rather than the designer, I am discovering how this level should be played rather than reading the mind of the designer, or like somehow subconsciously it feels more fulfilling and creative when you're playing in this kind of fashion. So I kind of dig it. I'm feeling like a million times more excited about this rather than what we had last afternoon when I was toying around with just the and I think it fits the theme better too. Like, not that I have a theme, but I got a feeling of things being kind of abstract inside of someone's head, more or less, or I don't know, therapy session here, but it seems to play at least as well, and it looks from a fundamental visual perspective, I think it there's better composition. Spaces are more fun to traverse. You feel more creative around how you're doing things. I feel like this has been a very good little excursion. Then I probably want I want these to feel like real materials, not like polygons. So I might want to do like a lot of these that are like cast concrete, but maybe some has a little bit of a shipped off corner, and that should look semi-realistic. And adding little details to like trim around the edges of stuff might be like, that's a good idea. So I think that's what we're gonna do today. Continue expanding or exploring this. Procedural stuff. Just somehow it I like it a lot more. So then technically, what did I do to get this working? We started the algorithm yesterday, but it's pretty much a bunch of these modules that have connections. Let me turn that off. Like these little crosshairs, kind of hard to see on stream. Maybe I'll actually like do something about that, but those I just plop down one, and then I put in on every open connection, I just try to match it up with something else, and then I added these colliders around it, the light wireframe boxes, so that it doesn't like cross over or collide with other stuff, and it just works. And then I try to do every one of these has a set area. Like this one is 20, this one probably has 10, yeah. And then I say I want this area and yeah, I just try to string them together. Code for it is not very long. It's like 200 lines of code plus some. These are mostly data structure and setup codes for the different things. So connections are really only two pieces of data. Module library just initializes the stuff. So it's a very, very simple algorithm. I had this problem, and I'm gonna talk about it so it cements in my mind, where that I had the last time I implemented this, which is it didn't find collisions for some reason. But if I put in, because I tried to then just put in some weights in there, like wait for 0.5 seconds before you put something in, just to simulate what actually is happening, and then things started working. And I remember like, shit, I've had this problem before, this exact thing. And so it took me like an hour last night just trying to figure out what the heck was going on. Then it clicked, and I scrolled back in one of my Discord discussions with the Jolt, Godot Jolt maintainer Mihe, and I just found what it was. And it was simply that if I instantiate a module for the what should I call it, for the collisions to work, I have to set the transform before I add it to the world. If I flip it, which is what I think it would be, what I usually do, because if I set global position before I add, you get an error. But apparently you can set the local transform before you add it to scene, then things start working by like magically. So anyway, this works now, and I'm like pretty happy. It doesn't have all the features of the old one, but I don't think it matters. The old one could be like, you can only connect something that goes up to other things that don't go up, for example, or it can only connect to a certain type. I just have nothing like that now. I don't need that kind of control, I think, for the smaller levels that I'm making now. And the other part is, I don't. Before it was that you could not connect to something unless you had a flag set. You couldn't connect one piece to itself, which usually just worked. But now I instead I just take the list of modules and I randomly sort them, and this is the order I'm going to try them in. And then I remove the one I'm connecting from the list, and then I just drop it at the very end of the now like randomly sorted list. And then I start at the top of the list, and I guess go through until I find something that matches, which gives us a good enough variety of these levels. It's like lightning fast to calculate these. They are quite different. Might want to do something about the really sometimes they're really long, and that kind of maybe doesn't feel that great. So might want to have a separate, because now I'm just using the radius of the ocean to control how far out these things can go. I might want to have something other than that to pull them together. But I'm gonna play with it's nice to test different levels, just play the game and see what works and what doesn't, and then try to put in these constraints instead of doing the other way, where I would more or less guess what would work and then I don't know. The other thing we did yesterday was drop a TikTok which has been doing like this is by far the best one we've done. I'm not sure if it's random, if we did something good with this. I have my thoughts, but like I like the idea of having Alfred talking. Just pretty nice. Also, I think free is nice to have in there. And also just growing your followership is something that just puts you in the right cues. But for some reason, this works nicely. If you look at the analytics, I don't think there's anything super dangerous to show here, except that it's white. But yeah, it doesn't show that much. But we got like almost 8,000 views compared to, if you look at some other videos, like last one, the best we had before this was like 1.4k and 88 likes. Now we're at like almost 8,300, over 300 likes. I think it just like keep going and we'll get better. So yeah, we're trying to grow this part. It's gonna be interesting. We're gonna look at wishlist numbers around lunch. They usually update. So we might take a look at that, see if that improves anything. Anyway, short recap of what happened since last stream. So, hello Super Cool. How you doing today? It's also like a super. It looks like it's gonna be a nice day out. So I think I will do a short stream today. Just down your monster. Nice. Me too. I'm gonna get something else to drink now. But I think I'm gonna do maybe 3 hours now, and then I'm gonna look out the window a lot and see if it's looking like the weather is continuing to look great. So check it out. It just looks like a summer day, more or less. A little bit colder, but yeah, I'm really in need of some sunlight on my skin, so I'm gonna take the opportunity. But I'm gonna do like 2 hours or something, 3 hours maybe, then go for a long walk and see what happens. I'm also getting my kid at school earlier today, so I think that's gonna be it for the day. I've been working a lot lately. I need a little bit of a break so I don't burn out too much. Cool. Drink. Then we figure out what the first part we're gonna tackle is. Sweet. Let's just start with. So we did this, and I don't think it worked out. Hello, no P. I used to do a little bit more. I'm trying to cut down on it a little bit. Actually, had a few days without, but I don't know. I don't know. It's gonna be. I think I'm addicted a little bit. But anyway, so we did this. I don't think it worked out, but it led us down the path of something. And I think what I want to do is so there are some details in here that I like the texture on this, for example, or that there are triangles. So maybe some parts of this can live on. But let's make a few like straight stairs, curved stairs, and stuff like that. And by the way, the thing that I think don't work with this is that it just doesn't feel grounded in what would be like a real place. While these do look like something, it looks like brutalist architecture, but it's just like flooded, like almost like an art piece or something. Also get like marble quarry vibes. It just feels more real than this. This feels too fantasy, World of Warcraft raid boss room or something, with like floating stuff. I think I want to keep it a little bit more grounded, less temple, more like utilitarian art space thing. I don't know. So let's start somewhere. I think I'm gonna simply just create a new thing, and we're gonna get rid of all this stuff, and then this is gonna be it's gonna be our measuring stick. So we have 2 measurements roughly in this, and I think those sizes work pretty well together. One is 10 by 10 meters, and one is 16, I think. Let's double check. 16. So one is 10 by 10 and one is 16 by 16. And we can do 10 by 16, for example, or whatever. But just as a basis for things. Just so we have something to compare the sizes with. So I'm going to do -5. Not in Z though. 5. -5. -5. 5. That's one of the comparable measurements, and the other one we're gonna put over here somewhere. God damn it. This is gonna be the 16 one, so we just pull this out to 8. So let's look at what we have here. There's a bunch of boxes. It would be nice if those were still boxy, but maybe had some imperfections or something like that. But I think the first thing we're gonna do is tackle the stairs. So we have here a thing that's 4 meters, a rise of 4 meters, and this one is like 6 by 9 or whatever. But I'm thinking like 4, 6 could be a good thing. So let's just go get ourselves a new object, make it a cube. And then we're gonna make it the right size and something. Well, we'll figure it out. So if this is -3, and this is 5. Sure, it doesn't matter. Lift it up on top of here. Thinking it's nice to have the pivot somewhere useful, so let's do that. I'm gonna like sketch out the basic shape here, and it needs to go 4 meters up, so I'm gonna set this at 4. I'm gonna drag this down to, actually let's just make a wedge out of it, so this goes there. So this could be the stair, the collider. I think it's enough to just have the heights of these. Yeah, let's just call it stair 4 meters and then collider. Sweet. Now let's make a little array. Let's create another cube. It's gonna be our step size. How tall should these steps be? Let's go actually check out some architectural data. How tall is a stair step? Here. 20 centimeters. So we were pretty close. So to make this like feel human scale, that's what we're gonna pick. And then we're gonna do an array modifier. And we want it to be like, y is something like, I don't know, we'll measure, but this should at least be 20. And then I want a number. 100 steps? Holy shit. And then we'll do in y. That doesn't seem right at all. Why isn't this? Oh, it should be constant offset maybe. Let's do 4 meters divided by 0.2. Should give us the right number. Plus 1 maybe. And then we'll just tune the pitch like this. No, it was actually correct with 20. Cool. So I want to apply this. Yeah, Let's just apply it out of. And then I want to go grab like all the bottom faces. All right, this is where I have to be careful. So I want to get everything that select same normal, same direction. And then I want to deselect that one. I just want to drag it over so it's there. Can I change the step size to like 10 centimeters? Somewhere? Is it here? Yes. There we go. I want to select all of the similar normal and then just scale to Z0 and put this at 0 meters. Nice. And then the collider. Oh, look at that. We have messed up a bit. We didn't set the thing quite correctly. Okay, so now we know how to do it. Now we just need to do it right. So this needs to be 4. And then this step size needs to be the same, have the same kind of offset. Is that? Yes. We just do 4 there. I'm sure there's a better way of doing this, but this is the way I'm going to do it. So now those are instead perfect. So now we apply. Or actually what we do is probably, because we might want to have another one of a different size. No, that's not. Get out of this. Apply the shit out of that. Take all of these, similar, normal, scale, Z0, move it to 0. Hide that. I'm actually gonna go in and move it so it's aligning with the collider's mesh there. Is there, why does it look like there is a little bit of a gap? Is it actually? There's definitely a gap. How the heck did it? Let's go back. Because the offsets are right, and this one is. That one is correct. Ah, maybe this one isn't. That's the problem. Okay. Gotcha. Okay, let's do it again. Unfortunately, it takes us a little bit of time to just figure out the workflow here. So that makes our 4-meter stair. We can definitely improve on the geometry, because there's a lot of faces in here that doesn't really need to be there, but I don't know of a good way of doing it. I guess one way would be to have like the outline. What if we had like all of these? Gonna experiment a bit with how we do these kinds of things. So what if we had that and then we took away, let's separate that by, let's actually, before we do this, separate by selection, get rid of this. I would take away all the internal edges. Ah, that kills that too. Can you maybe decimate this away, or like simplify it somehow? Okay, maybe not. It's pretty fast to just do it, I guess. So let's do that. Actually, get rid of all of... Damn it. Let's just delete that. Edges. And then we're gonna do... Shift F. Started to get a little bit of a pain in my wrist, which tells me maybe I shouldn't do like manual shit like this. And then we can just select everything, and I think if you just do Shift F, it creates this. And then we can extrude this however long we want it to be, like 4 meters, for example. Or 6, maybe the... wait. 3. There we go. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I think the other approach might have had that too. The other part is, if we wanted to bend this, the other thing probably would have been better. You can grid fill the sides by doing like this. Remove the face and then just like grid fill. Whoops. What's going on? Hello? Undo? Hello? Can you not do this? Isn't it Shift F does this? Then there's grid fill. That just goes haywire. Strange. Okay, maybe that wasn't a good idea. Yeah, I don't know what the proper way of doing this is. If you know, like, if you're an actual game artists that know these things, let me know. It's supposedly bad to have like long polygon. Like if this was one down here, it would be a little bit less performant than up here, for example. Or if you had a big one and then a bunch of smaller ones, especially if they're like less than 2 pixels. I saw this cool YouTube video about how GPUs are really bad at less than 2 pixel stuff. Anyway, we have this stair. Let's start by creating our like. It's called Brutalist, but we need to make sure these have good names. So this is the other one. We can keep both, I guess. Sweet. This is the 10 by 10 you call it, like placeholder. Yeah. We do the same for this, but it's 16 by 16. Cool. I'm also gonna give everything a material. Maybe I don't need to. We'll see. We'll see. Seems to have some weird materials here. Sorry about the size of this window, but assets, materials, environment, concrete 1 is what we're going to use for everything. I don't know if this is needed, but I'm going to do it anyway. Animation, or was that the right one? Mesh save paths. Select that and we'll see like Brutus, placeholder, stair. That looks pretty good. Sweet. Set paths, re-import. And now back out here in our little thing, we can start replacing, let's say, this one and primarily this one, I guess. Get rid of the CSG boxes. Let's create ourselves a new mesh instance 3D. Pick the mesh. How I learned procedural generation, I think it's mostly coming up with it yourself, but there are definitely some basic stuff like this method. I think I haven't like learned it from someone. We'll see, Sweet Rob. You're probably not right. Probably not wrong, I mean. Sorry. So we want the alt geometry, for example. It's inverted. So recalculate outside. Save it. Here's our big stair. Nice. It didn't get the right material from what I can tell. which I'm surprised by, but I guess what we'll do is we'll set a new material, call this like concrete 1, lowercase, assign it, make it like a gray or something. And then we'll make sure everything has that material. Good. I was thinking we could look at this from the wireframe here. Hard to tell, but it creates this fan structure, which is probably optimal for count, but maybe not for rendering efficiency. Hard to tell. Let's go back into the import settings of this. And make sure this one has the right material. Re-import. Now it gets the right material. It looks good. So the next thing we want to do is have a static body 3D, or actually a CSG mesh 3D, because that's where we can apply the what's it called, the stair collider, and that's there. Looks good. We want to use collision, but we don't want it to be collider. Stair 4 meters. Let's see if it works. Did we get it anywhere? Yeah, over here. No, that's not it. No stairs for us. Here it is. See if it works. Slides nicely up. Slides nicely down. So one thing we get a bit with this rendering style, since we don't have anti-aliasing, we got this like flickering around here. Which I think I don't like that much, and it might be a good reason to have like non-human size steps, for example. We might also want to break up the hard edges a bit. But yeah, it's a start. So let's make another one. What's the height of this, for example? That's 2 meters. So we need a 2 meter stair. I think the easiest way to do it is to just copy this and slice it in half. Will you advance and map change when you play, or will the same map until you lose is the idea? So yeah, let's go for the stair 4 meter collider. Duplicate. What am I doing? Why is it not showing? I'm probably in the wrong. There we go. I was in the wrong mode. Move it out here. I think let's call this like stair 2 meter collider. And unfortunately it doesn't like rename the meshes correctly. I don't know if there's a way around that. But we want, if we want the same step length, how should we want the same angle as here. I guess it's just half. 2 meters minus 4 meters. That should be the same ratio. Yes. Cool. So this is our little smaller stair. We can also make it the width of it different. So like do a 2 by 2. Wait. It's 4 meters wide. And 2 meters tall. Seems about right. Let's go grab this old geometry of this. Just try to put it roughly in the same spot. And then I think it's just a matter of like cutting away the right half of it. Is it this? No. That looks about right, yeah. Ooh, I'm scared about me. Damn it. I didn't copy the thing. Boulder Dash. Is there a way to like copy this, undo all the way back, and paste? Thank Jesus. Jesus. Cool. Prefabs. Level. What? Let's create a... that. And then we can actually duplicate that and make it... Wait. Oh, I'm duplicating the wrong part. Make this stair 2 meters. Open that up and just swap out the meshes and we should be all good. 2 meters? No? We have to open up the thing every time we add a mesh. It's about the dumbest thing about it. Not do the wrong thing. Nice. Re-import. If anyone knows if you can not have to do that step where you set the mesh save path and it just applies it default. So that would be the wrong one. So why is there no 4 meter? Because it's called 4 meter here. Yeah. Then we got to do it again. Collider, 2 meter collider, and this 2 meter geometry. Wrong material. Did I somehow not apply the material to this? Ah. Created a new one. There we go. That should make it work. Sweet. It's the wrong one. It's pretty good. Copy this. Let's get one in here too. Now this one is taller than 2 meters. I wonder if I should use a 4 meter and just put it into the ground a bit. Or if I should scale it, or just say, this is not gonna be. It's the simplest way of doing it, I guess. Okay, so we got stairs, which is not that great. It's okay. Yeah, that flickering there becomes somewhat annoying. How do they look in the upside down, by the way? Cool. So let's now imagine that what we want to do is ship out some wait. What if we want to make it like a little bit less? I want to add like a little wear and tear to it. I'm not sure exactly how much we want. It should be pretty minor. And I don't know if I can do it with just geometry. I think it'll look better if it had a texture. Let's try some things and just see what happens. We'll see how much of this we actually want. This is a pretty neat way of just making a little irregularities. I don't think we should have like too much. Control B. No. Also probably like one of the more important parts is to break up the silhouette along the edges as well. See how this looks in game. You see it a little bit. Probably going to be pretty subtle. Yeah. It hardly shows up. I guess with a texture it could. There's a big one. It's so bright, like you can't even see it. It's got to be more if I want it to be more visible. Let's not get stuck. I'm tempted to say undo all that. But it would be pretty simple to just take the central, move it, and redo it. So let's just keep that for the time being. Let's do a little bit heavier on these just to see what happens. sculpting tools to speed up. I don't know. I would say probably the opposite. It would make it better but take more time. I tried a bit, like I don't have the file open right now, but I tried a bit to do sculpting, and it's also hard. And then you gotta like what should I say? Like bake it and make normal maps and stuff. I don't think. Yeah. The other thing you can do is use 2 modifiers. One thing I'm thinking is like maybe we can bevel things just to give it a little bit more of that, and then we can also use the edge split thing to create, like, for example, in here it would be nice if those were a little bit like I think that'll shade more interestingly, but I want the edge around it to be sharper. So I wonder if I can find like a happy medium with that. Let's also try this on the big one. Can we copy modifiers? Like, nope, we'll just do it. Bevel default settings. Now on this one probably doesn't work because I messed it up. But if we usually if we do like percent, it will start working. Oh, look at that. That's not good. That didn't happen here. Even here it seems to be like locking it too early. Hello, Bungalow. Yeah. Let's see how this one looks in game before we go ahead. Maybe we want to do edge split before. I guess shade smooth and then edge split, and then reduce this until it looks decent, and then we do the bevel afterwards with limit method. Okay, maybe that doesn't work either. I have some small triangles that it just doesn't want to work with. So this one shouldn't be that big of a difference, but the smaller ones, let's see how they look in the game. It looks slightly more refined. Maybe the bevel could actually be a little bit smaller. This looks like a pretty decent chamfer there. It would be nice if there was some noise on that, because it's like always the same. I guess I could simply merge it down and do the edit in the mesh, just noise it up a bit. Sure, let's not be too precious with this geometry here. Things I want to do is like, what's that? Actually, let's do this. Merge by distance, and then we'll do edge split. Or rather, come back. Have the edge split still there. Grab some of these. Just scale some of them up to simulate a softer One thing that this doesn't have is like any brickwork. That might be something we want to toy around with. So hello, redstone. That looks better in almost every case. Out here, there seems to have been some... Uh-huh. Now, what I'm thinking is, like, what if we did, let's say, do this, 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 this. Not that one. Duplicate that. And just like extrude it a bit. So we get an actual brick that sticks out somehow. We can just duplicate that, scale it over X, rotate it a bit, put it down here. Maybe I can even just like take these two, actually these three, and just extrude them. That didn't look very good at all. That's too much of an offset, I think. creates these really sharp shadows there that might be a bit too much. Kind of like it here. Yeah, these two weren't necessarily successful. And then it's the softening these. I think maybe it's like a box shape here that I better to move this somewhere else. Wrong selection mode. Digga-do. That's a little bit too deep of a divot too. Yeah, I don't know. I think it looks too polygonal and not natural enough. Does it break up the shape? Yes. But I don't like the harsh thing. It doesn't look very good, unfortunately. So let's undo the shit out of that. This doesn't look that good either. Reference is probably good too. Posture. Ugh. Oh no. The sun went away. there also a little bit of rain? God damn it. Hello, Spruce. Yeah, I think this guy is a bit too much and the other things are just right. Let's see if we can get rid of this. Just do this. Cool. I've been a little bit inspired by, and this is hard. I find it hard to find some footage of this, but like the Vex Infinite Forest Destiny. Oh, it's I just want some here. And it's like low quality. So you got sort of this cube thing mixed in with this golden material or bronze or whatever it is. I think it's cool. Whoa, but it's so hard to see what's going on here. But it's kind of chaotic in the shapes. I wonder if I could make like a single cube that you can just stretch and combine. Like this might be the same as that. It just like rotated and whatever. Just to get a little bit more texture into things. They also have this. Okay, maybe we start there. I want to have this, but with like a turn and an angle. I'm not sure how to do that, but we'll figure it out. It'd be so easy to do in like Fusion 360 or something, but I don't want to use that program because it's a bit of a thing. Can we like spin is a good idea, but around what? Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad. That's what we want. We just want to do it around the some other. So we want to do like duplicate that. Move it out like whatever, 2 meters. Sure. Set the cursor to this. Cursor to active. And then do like this. And then spin. Yes, that was easy. What do we want? Like 50 degrees, that's a bit too much. 40 degrees is probably good. Oh, you can do solidify. I didn't think of that, but that makes sense too. Let's make this a little bit smaller. We probably want to bevel on this too. We'll just do it for the sake of doing it. This will be the, was it 20-degree turn, or is this like little turn? Something that seems awkward with it, but I can't put my finger on what. Like 40, I think it's 40 degrees. Because it's a little bit less than 45. Let's call it turn 40. I actually want to just duplicate it and make it turn 40 collider. And get rid of the thing. Sweet. Sort of this part here that I want to Forgot to rename the collider. That's not right. Okay, so again. Is there no way of like automatically taking all of them? Nope. There we go. Doesn't really matter if this matches up. It just needs to be roughly in the right spot. Important part is that it doesn't like overshoot. I don't remember what this is. Is a connection? Oh, it could connect like a Y there, right? That doesn't exist anymore. You can set all objects to path to mesh asset in the Blender import window top left. That is what I'm doing. So here we got our new little like, turn. It doesn't match up perfectly, which is a problem. Here it is. I don't know if I like the the bevel on those edges. Because it becomes this like sharp line there. I don't know. We also have these little things. If we're going like very geometric, which it seems to me that we're sort of doing now, maybe we can have just little circular outcroppings, or like, yeah, I think I know what to do. Let's create something, a new thing. Let's do like a cylinder. Radius about like 1 meter. Depth doesn't matter. That's cool, but we want it to be, it doesn't matter, we can just modify the mesh. It's a little small, to be honest. Actually, maybe the other way around. Let's get this at -1 meter. And this at 0. Let's go look at it from the top. Joe Idrizza. Idrizza. What's up? What am I doing? I want to go into edit mode. I want to go into this mode. I want to get rid of these. I want to make a face out of this. Make a face out of that. Make a face out of that. I think what I want to do is extrude this just like a bit. Not that. Yeah. Yeah, sure. That much. Recalculate outside. Nub. Geometry. Duplicate. Call this nub collider. And then we'll slap on a little bit of a bevel on this. Not that much. Yeah, about that much. And then we also want to do like shade smooth and edge split. Sweet. The only thing I want to change is that I probably want this to be there. But here there is no like mesh root thing, right? It's only in the advanced settings that opens up like huge. Then I gotta make it smaller. Then I gotta go like mesh save paths. Put it in meshes. Get the new ones. Make sure. Yeah, we didn't get the right name of stair geometry alt 01. Gotta find that. What is this even? We didn't. That's the. There must be a better way of doing that. Anyway, this should be nub geometry. Collider should be nub collider. Got this tiny little thing, and it didn't have the right material. We can fix that. There it is. Try to get it into here. Here? No. The idea is that I want these like pieces that I can combine. Let's not get carried away. I should say that. I like that one. At the airport, my friend suggested we disguise ourselves as luggage. As luggage, I said. Let's not get carried away. Huh. Very dumb. I like dumb. Why can I not seem to paste in the things I copied? Doesn't work. Copy. Paste. No. Duplicate. I hope this is the... That's the wrong one. No, it doesn't do it. I think we have... No, never mind. Just gotta figure out which... Is it in here it should go? Yes. The way these modules work, since I want them to be like reflected and I want them to connect to the surface, I have this, this might be a bit too tall now, but I have this connecting piece that has a script on it that can scale to the surface. So that should sort of just work. Whoa, did you see how those flipped in and out of LODs? That didn't look good at all. Here's another thing that I did in the old one that I think we want to do here too. It is when you have a connector that only connects two point, or like a module that only has one connector and then another connector, and it only has like one of the connectors connected. We could either do, but what I do with that in the old code is I just remove the entire thing. If it doesn't go anywhere, it's like remove dead ends. I could do another thing where we take, like, we link up a connector, or we have a script on something else that says remove this if the connector is not connected. I think these little nubs. Maybe they're a little bit too small. Scale X, Y, 2. Wait. Y. Scale, is it X, Y? No, it's Z. There we go. 2. Let's try that instead. It'll make things a bit fatter. And more visible that is not perfectly aligned. And then it live ends. Now they're too close, but that's a quick fix. So apparently I'm missing a collision shape here. That's more like it. See the pop there? Let's go. I think we should have done the change to load bias here. So you don't get the pops. It's like... Oh, it's okay. I think to do one of those curves on that end, maybe. Get rid of this. Make this smaller. Get rid of that. Which object am I in? Level module 7. Put that in there. Move it up. I don't know if I like the half circles. Might be fun. Can you... Why can I not select things? Hello? There we go. Copy paste is just broken. It doesn't do anything anymore. My sense is saying this is too simplistic. It's gonna look like a kid drawing. But we'll see. Yeah. Torn on the circular shapes. Can make the map different sizes. Bigger than what? Bigger than the spaceshipy thing? Yes. I think generally it is. Yeah, I didn't like that at all. Maybe if it was like a lot bigger or something, it could work. If it was like this. But I don't think so. I think rather I would like arches or something. It gives me like Mario. I think even these do to a certain degree. Some kind of child-friendly soft shapes. No. Ocean is much bigger. We had before the game sort of required us to because you got ammo by doing this. If we could go all the way out to the edge, you could like snipe things from here and then just reload and then snipe again and reload. But now when the ammo spawns in the level, we're not really bound by that. I feel like it's nice to have a big ocean. It feels more oceany that way. You can still see the edge from down here. Not sure if that's something I want to like fix or whatever. I think I'm fine with it. Maybe the effect could be bigger so it looks more like it did before. Like these would be larger in scale and so on, but we'll see. I bet someone is gonna say neon white now, so I think I'm gonna just check how that looks. Looks like Nora, yeah. Yeah. You know what? This has a lot a lot of overlap that I haven't really considered. I haven't played it yet. I don't want to review. I want to see some gameplay. Give me... Especially like the water levels. It's a surprising amount of overlap. I want to drop a link to Alfred as a... Why is it so much... I have obviously seen this game before, but I haven't thought of the overlap with this game. Maybe there's some cool inspiration in here. They have like a path to go, which is quite different to how our game works, but cool. I should play Neon White. Something about the aesthetics of it, like the protagonist, the focus on dialogue and stuff, that just never called out to me that much. So I have this thing where you can call the setup function on anything that lives in a certain. We can do like remove if unconnected. No, I've created a. I'll have this little thing here that I want to copy. So it's like if the parent module is not instantiated, that it is in the library, then just return. Otherwise, we just delete the thing. If connection dot connected to is null, free this object. So now I'm thinking, like, especially for these guys, I want to take these and just group them into a thing. Remove if unconnected. Let's put it in here somewhere, and then we'll drop in all the things that we want. How do I do the stretch to surface thing with this then? I guess I'm gonna have one inside of there too. We're gonna reference this one, which is that one, okay. like that. And then we'll put everything here inside of that. And then we'll add another remove and that, and we'll do that one and that one. Now we should not see. Oh, it needs to be in the right group, otherwise it won't work. These two needs to be in the setup of the level generation group. Oh wait, the other one, it might be, yeah. That didn't quite work. But yeah, we need to have the other thing also as such, but with the other connection. I have another idea. Maybe we could put them underneath the connections. The things that you want to remove. No, that becomes weird with I also think potentially that these don't get... Oh, by the way, Mindridge, I think that's a cool idea with the waterfalls. So I read it before, but I got distracted. I don't know for sure that these reference the right things. So if I go, we can double check by just running the level generator again. Since they get deleted, I don't know. It does just seem inverted somehow. It's the... It's impossible to tell. It does look like it's just inverted then. I don't know. Oh, look at that. It deleted the wrong thing. God damn it. Okay, that was bad. If parent module not equals null, and not parent module is instantiated. Yeah, because if I put it not inside of... is there no other way of knowing which module this lives on? In this case, we can actually use if connection dot module is null, is instantiated. Oh, wait. I queue free here. I shouldn't do that. So return. If not connection module is instantiated, return. Then if connection connected to is null, queue free. That should work. But apparently I broke this, so let's create ourselves a little container for this. Nub collection or nub mount. Wait. So I can see that A and B is correct. Cool. Okay, have a song from Alfred or like an ambience thing that we want to listen to. I'll do it right now. Ooh, shit. This sounds frickin' super evil. This is giving me the chills. How does the game feel if you if you play with this? I guess I gotta fix this first. Damn. Anyway, gonna go put the stretch to surface inside of the nub mount. Got the nub. We got the CSG box in there. Now if I move or rotate this, it's gonna not have everything. Okay, is it? Now it does. Like, no. Where is this then? That's that. And then this is almost everything. Okay. We're gonna listen to something else for a second, and then when we're playing, we're gonna listen to it again. And then we have to like make the world look like that. I have this stretch to surface does if engine is editor hint, visible is false. But that should only happen if the global position is no if Okay, so it shouldn't do anything on what? This is how it should be, I think. Cool. So now we make this into a prefab, I think. The colliders, unfortunately, depends on being inside of this. But that's okay. I'm going to call this one nub mount A and this one nub mount B. I'll make sure this is B and this is A. Colliders stay, it doesn't matter. Am I making an assumption? Could I have stretched this part from up here? Yes, I think so. But let's see if it works first. Okay, we have a problem here, I think. It deletes the things that are above ground? Why? The below seems to work. So why? Remove if unconnected. What if we... Let's delete this for a second and try again. We probably should be running it in the editor. Because now we get this. No issues. Then we turn this back on. If connection.connected to is null, then queue free. So the only thing I can think is that it doesn't really like copy over this information then. If I go oh, see, it just destroyed more and more of them. Now they're gone from here too. That shouldn't be why did it do that then? We can simply reposition these. It's not a big deal, but I don't quite understand why. So let's save now, and then we can revert if it turns out it deletes them again. Yeah, it did. What the hell? I guess what we could do also is say or not equals null, return otherwise always queue free. But for now we're just gonna say visible is false, just to be able to inspect what's going on. Hello Snaz. We will play your viewers' games. Maybe. I've been thinking about ways to interact more. That would be one way of doing it. I don't think I don't have like solid. These are the plans, but you know. Where would be the... Here is this one. We've got connection here. Unfortunately, it doesn't have the info open. But we can do that. Maybe it'll... These somehow have gotten their is instantiated setup. That's why this happens. Anyway, so these exists, but they have no reference to a module, or what is this link here? Dot slash. Oh, it's parent. So that is the reference. Cool. Let's regenerate and that now has instantiated. Does these turn instantiated? No. This should definitely be false. There we go. But now suddenly this doesn't work. Because this one is instantiated, and then it's got this, but it is not connected to anything. This one is connected to something, but this one is not. Oh, that is exactly what I want. So now nub mount A has a connection to this. Which object is this? Is this? If I rename this to A1, does this change to A1? No. This is referencing the wrong thing. See? Crud. So when I'm duplicating these, it doesn't copy the right. Like for these, it doesn't copy the references locally. That makes everything a lot harder. This is not what... Um, (2016) Duplicate method does not take into account variable values of duplication root as well as internal nodes. Just add export before the variables you want to maintain the state. Then when you do card instance duplicate, you also do duplicate. That is not true. Farts. Now we can hack around this. Since these have unique names by design, So the thing we have to do if we want this to work is to figure out which connection, because the module, the parent module, this thing, is correct for these, I think. And then these will reference a node in another module. That has a name. So we cannot check if connection is the right thing. We got to check like because connection is not correct here. We got to think of something entirely different. We have to do like connection dot name is connection name. Actually, it should be like the relative path from the, yeah, if we find the module, let's see if that works first. So I just want to set the module here. This is our module, level module 10. And then we check nub mount here. And that has level module 10, but it is maybe the wrong one. Yeah, it's from the module library. So it doesn't even find the module that way. So if I copy it over, it wouldn't work. So we can skip that part. Now we got to have a function that can find we can try to do this. Let's just do parent. It's just a node. And then we do get parent. While parent module not equals null and parent module is level is not. Can you do that? Or not is. Wait. While parent module not equals null and not parent module is level module. Breakout, which means we don't need this. Otherwise, get the parent and then do it again. So it's like find parent module. If parent module is null, return. Otherwise, we set. I just set visible default to see if it finds it. This means we have a parent module, or let's rename this to like parent node. And then we say like that. or let's call this source module is connection source module. If connection is null, return. That probably means that the source module will be correct, right? So we want to find the connection's relative path. Can we do that? Maybe GDScript can tell us. Find connection path relative to the source module. No. Can you do like can get the path, which is like, I guess it gives us a node path. Is it property path or is it a string? I was thinking I could just maybe replace the source module hacks. So it didn't seem to work. It never got here. So maybe this one is wrong. Oh wait, it's I have a search filter here. This is like the longest frickin' path ever. Is that true even in play mode? I don't think so. Now it's like root, module library, that thing, and then is this giving us a node path? And if we stringify that, it'll work. It gives me a long path here. And then we can get I gotta think about this. So, the parent module Hello, Podger. Been a while, yeah. I'm working on an FPS game. And then source module, but it is not source module that I want. I actually want the connection for the connection path, and then relative path is gonna be replacing or just removing parent module path from connection path. Like that, and then printing that. That seems about right. The only thing is that little slash there. I think I don't want that. If relative path begins with slash substring that, yes. I'm doing a hack because when duplicating nodes in Godot, it doesn't really copy over the stuff. Sweet. So now we can find out the actual get the actual connection. Parent module is now should be the right one. As relative path, as level module connection. Now, what I want to see is this thing being destroyed or invisible and the other one being visible. That didn't work. Why? Node not found. Okay, we got to do something else. Print. Why does it get the errors first and then the print? But these are so long. Parent module path is like huge. And then connection path is huge. Let's actually check this out in VS Code. Give me Are they the same? This doesn't work then, because One lives in world level generator level root, and the other one is here. If I remove the entire thing here, that's not gonna work. We want connection path is mental gymnastics. Yeah, we don't want parent module. We want connection paths. Maybe. Let's see. It doesn't work, but it at least doesn't error out. So the relative path seems to be correct. Now we just need to find the connection. We can't use... Yeah, we should use parent module, get node, relative path. This should be find child? Or... No. I thought this would work. Level mode connection B, and this got this weird thing. So this one is null. But there's one that has a connection. We can also exit early if the parent node or parent is in... So it ignores the ones in the library. Yeah. So now we got one that is connected, which is this one, and one that isn't connected, which is that one. Now the question is just why does it? Is it because I've hidden them? Yeah, it doesn't revert the thing. Okay. So now, you ready for seeing this work? First try. First try, it worked. And it didn't hide the things out here. Nice. Then we can actually get rid of all this printing shit. And then what we actually want to do is queue free. Try it. Didn't have any. No connections for you. I think it removes too much. 'Cause I haven't seen any. This I still haven't seen any. I'm starting to feel like maybe this didn't work. But it does work in the editor, which is strange to me. No, it does not work in the editor. And did it now also... no, it didn't do that at least. It removes both things. Some of them are invisible and some are actually removed. Oh, it always makes them invisible. It should be the opposite. This should be return. Okay. First try it worked. One of the issues I'm having with this is that it actually does it. It could be doing this before it flips the world. Because the world flipping will have the same issue as the other. Okay, it does do it before it flips the world. So how then does that work? That doesn't seem reasonable. Set up all the... This calls them here, and then it duplicates level root. Oh, it's because I'm using queue free. Because that hasn't happened yet. If I just do free, we should be fine. Although it doesn't work. Wait a frame. And then it works. Come on, give me a good example of this working now in play mode as well. Here, we can see that it doesn't work. Here we can see that it didn't work. God damn it! Why does it work here but not in the other one? Must have something to do with the paths being different then. Okay. I'm getting hungry, my brain is stopping to work, and I've promised myself to not like burn out from this. So I'm gonna just like say let's raid someone and see what goes. Maybe Spias is online? Yeah. So please wishlist Ocean Mirror. It is a pretty cool game. I think it's gonna be, at least when we get there. So yeah, let's get some wishlists in there. And speaking of which, yeah, let's get the raid over to Spias. Be nice, have a good one, hugs and kisses. See ya.